Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my 1 month postpartum update. So my baby is now 4 weeks old. He will be 1 month tomorrow. So it's definitely been a different experience than the first time, but it's not as easy as it was in the very beginning. On my 1 week postpartum update, I mentioned that everything was going really well. I wasn't really having too much pain. Mentally, I was doing great. I was happy. Everything was just so good. Well, at about 3 weeks, the mental aspect of it started to change a little bit. So I'm now starting to feel like the baby blues and like some postpartum depression. I've been struggling a lot mentally. It's been really hard, just feeling so overwhelmed. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that now I've gone 4 weeks basically without getting any sleep. So my baby doesn't sleep very well during the night. He's up constantly. He's very clingy. He always wants to be held. So I have been co-sleeping with him quite a bit just because it's the only way either of us can get any sleep. I do try to have him sleep in his bassinet. Last night was actually the first night he slept in his bassinet. If he sleeps away from me, it's usually in like our Mamaroo bouncer. But again, he's up constantly, probably every hour. He wants to nurse, and I don't even know if it's because he's hungry or if he just doesn't want to be put down. But that's been very, very hard on me. I love being able to breastfeed him. I feel very blessed that I am able to breastfeed him. But at the same time, like, I literally can't get anything done. My house is starting to be very messy because I literally cannot put him down. Like, I had to give him to Roger in order to film this video because it was taking me way too long to even get ready just because he wouldn't be put down. So, and I honestly think just because I haven't been sleeping, I've been very angry very fast. I'm having a hard time controlling my anger. I've been having like some outbursts towards Roger, and that's not fair to him. I know he's doing everything he can to help, but yeah, I've been struggling a lot with that lately. And that really didn't start until about 3 weeks postpartum. Before that, like, I was tired, but like I felt pretty good. Another thing that I think could be playing a part into it is because I haven't had my 6-week doctor's appointment to get the A-OK, I haven't been able to do any kind of exercise to like release endorphins and make me feel better about myself. And also we haven't been able to be intimate, which honestly does, put a little strain on our relationship. He's very understanding. He's not like making me feel like I need to do anything or anything like that. But, the intimacy is very important in a relationship. And when that is gone, it's, again, very hard to deal with. Okay, so moving on to all of my physical symptoms that I've been having. So I'm not really having any pain anymore. My back isn't hurting anymore. I do feel sore down there if I'm like standing too long or if I push myself too hard. It does feel sore, like the muscles feel sore. Other than that, I feel totally fine, like physically, but I am still bleeding very, very minimally. Like, I do still have to wear a pad. I can't just wear, underwear with no pad because I did try that once and I did bleed in them. So it's more like spotting at this point, but it's definitely still there. So for my weight, I weighed myself this morning and I was 155 pounds. So when I started my pregnancy, I was 151, and then when I had him, I was 164. So I'm still over my pre-pregnancy weight, and honestly, that's been fluctuating a lot. I noticed I went all the way down to 150, and then I went all the way back to 160. So it fluctuates just a ton. So it's different every single day pretty much. Again, I haven't been able to exercise at all. I do plan on starting to exercise a little bit when my doctor gives me the okay. Dieting, I don't think I'm gonna do just because of my breast milk. I don't want to, risk depleting my supply by any means. And so I'm not gonna do that just yet. I eat a ton, so that could be why I'm not really losing weight. When you breastfeed, you just feel starving all the time. And I'm not really eating healthy, we're still eating like fast food and just, not super healthy. But no, I'm not super happy with that weight, but I'm also not complaining about it either. It could be a lot worse, but right now that's where we're at. I'm about 4 pounds above my pre-pregnancy weight, and that's okay. It is what it is. So I also do have just that one stretch mark on my belly from when I was pregnant. No new stretch marks have occurred. That's the only one. It looks like it's getting pretty dark though. It's like that really purple consistency. Yeah, that's about all that I have to update you guys on me. Okay, so now our update for baby Gray. So we'll start with his weight. So we haven't had a doctor's appointment since his 2-week appointment. So I know at his 1-week appointment, I told you guys he was 5 pounds 7 ounces. At his 2-week, they wanted him to gain an ounce a day, and it was about 8 days later. And so they wanted him to gain about 8 ounces. And so he gained about 5 ounces. He was 5 pounds and 12 ounces at the 2-week appointment. So that was 2 weeks ago. And his next appointment is at 2 months. So you're not going to weigh him until then. She did say she wanted him to be at his birth weight, which is 6 pounds 3 ounces, by the 3-week mark, which we don't have a scale, so I don't know. He's still very tiny, but I would say that he is probably in the 6-pound range right now. I think he is officially growing out of the preemie diapers and clothes. He can still fit into some of the preemie clothes, but some of them do look like they're getting a little bit tight. Newborns seem to be fitting him pretty well. So he's in newborns for right now. I do still have a couple preemie diapers left that I'm putting on him, but last night he ended up having a blowout through one of them, so I think I might just call it quits on that. So like I mentioned in my portion of the video, he has not been sleeping very well at night. So he does sleep fairly good during the day. He does also wake up a lot. He likes to nurse for about 10-15 minutes, about every 45 minutes to an hour, and that's pretty consistent. The longest stretch he's gone without eating is about 3 hours. And unfortunately for me, that's usually during the day. So at nighttime, I never get more than like an hour and a half of sleep at a time. And usually that's from like the start of his feeding to the start of his next feeding. So if he eats for like 15-30 minutes, that's only an hour in between. Plus I have to put him down, and if he cries in between that, like really I'm getting like maybe 45 minutes of sleep at a time. So he is extremely clingy. He does not like to be put down at all. And honestly, it's not even that he doesn't want to be put down. He doesn't want to be put down by me. So anyone else wants to hold him, he'll cry. He only wants to be held by me. Sometimes he'll be okay with it if someone else holds him, but as soon as he realizes that I'm not there, he'll cry. Which is fine. That makes me feel kind of special that he wants to be with me so much, but honestly, right now with me struggling so bad mentally, that's not really the best thing, because sometimes I just need a little bit of a break. Luckily, he does take a binky pretty well. There hasn't been any kind of nipple confusion. We have given him bottles a couple of times just because when I first started pumping, it was still so early and I had a lot of colostrum in them. The milk was very yellow, and so I just wanted to make sure he had that in him as soon as possible. So at about, I think it was about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, that I introduced the bottle to him, and there hasn't been any kind of nipple confusion, so that's very good. So he is exclusively breastfed with the occasional bottle of breast milk, which really was just to get the colostrum. So at the 3-week mark, I did notice that he is starting to get some baby acne. Today though, it does look like it's clearing up a little bit, but that is something I noticed for the first 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I noticed his skin was super clear, and Liam, we struggled with baby acne and cradle cap really bad. And so I noticed when his skin was really clear, but then at about 3 weeks, he started to get that baby acne. So far, no cradle cap though. So, and we have started doing tummy time, and he has really good control. Actually, he was able to lift his head and turn it to the side, like completely by himself. I didn't have to like encourage him to do it at all. He just did it on his own. So that was really exciting. Alrighty, well, he is getting cranky, so I'm gonna go feed him. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.